what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Random Reaction. This time, we got the death battle between Miles and Izuku, man. Long anticipated, man. I got my Hero Walker shirt on. I meant to do this earlier in the day. Hell, I wanted to try and do this live. But as you guys can tell by the background, we moved. We finally moved to our actual place. Found it. So yeah. Surprisingly, way easier than I thought it would be. Whenever we first started these houses, this is like the one house I straight up said no to because I looked at this house. One, it didn't have a basement, and I looked at what my mom said was going to be my room. Was like, it's not going to fit. My shit's not going to fit. And so I thought that way. We see a couple more times. I'm still not sold in the house, man. But then once I put my bed in there, man, I'm like, wait, holy shit. I'm actually going to fit all my shit here. And surprisingly, I've been able to fit everything in there relatively comfortably. So that was a pleasant surprise to see. But yeah, we got most of the stuff that's been here, man. Obviously, there's still some leftover stuff that we left over there, mostly just like pots and pans and whatnot, man. And obviously what was in the fridge. So that took all day to do that. We're finally back. So yeah, we're doing it. I've stayed off Twitter all day. I don't know who won this. I don't know who lost. Obviously, I'm rooting for my boy Izuku. By all accounts, he should be winning this one. We'll see if that death battle in typical DFL pulls some bullshit. Like, oh, because Miles has cosmic power and Miles had cosmic power for 5 minutes, that means he wins the fight. Or like, oh, he has a vibranium R, even though it's not technically like true vibranium, because they obviously had to soften it up so Miles could actually still have all his mobility still in there with his new vibranium suit that T'Challa get, which was just used to tame his vampire powers when he had that for a bit. We'll see. I don't know what happened. Obviously, he's winning by all accounts. Let's see what happens. I love the art style for this one.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Yeah, that was part of my Hero Walker in there. You guys see.
Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I kind of wish this was hand-drawn 2D, but this looks pretty good. They definitely went with a bit of a Spider-Verse sort of style with this one, man. But I fucks with it. I wish it was like full hand-drawn 2D. I want my Sakuga. But this looks really good. This looks really good.
By a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero.
Flex Naruto, DBZ, JoJo, and Quinn. Hell yeah, man. You love to see it. GameSpot, Paul. Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. First off, I love they put JoJo. That's obviously a reference to his most recent run, because in that run, there's a page. It's like the last page of a particular. It was when Miles was facing against Vulture for the second time, because you guys know him and his granddaughter Starling are together. They're together in the comics. I'm kind of hoping that like the movie Saturday eventually happens, and Spider-Man and Miles and Gwen are back together in the comics, because they were in the comics first for a hot minute. Then it was just never mentioned again, like it never happened, which I always thought was kind of weird. I would love Miles and Starling, but I prefer more Gwen. So I hope no one happens. I don't want them to like fuck around with Starling's age, call out some bullshit excuse just for them to break up. So, but yeah, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's DBZ Naruto. No surprise there, man. We've seen other animes, so it's no surprise that he would be into Naruto and DBZ. And he's black. That means if you are black, that basically means you like Naruto and DBZ by default. That's just kind of thing. Canon event, sure. I don't know what GameSpot is about. I don't recall that ever being mentioned in any sort of Miles issues, at least as far as I've been reading them. Paul, I'm assuming it's a reference to Paul, the asshole that is the bane of every 616 Peter fan. Fuck Paul. All my homies hate Paul. But yeah. So yeah.
Spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried.
I don't know any other Pauls in the Marvel universe
enhancing serum that
have any connection with Miles or Peter.
Speed and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats. So
why is it so zoomed in?
He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiles.
As you know, I think Miles did actually get his first web shooter from Aunt May when he did in the original comics. I was like, aren't that just from the movies? No, I'm pretty sure it was also in Bendis' run as well.
Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
Hey.
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents. Living parents. They supported him when things got
Had a
tough,
little
even
sister,
if they
shout out to
didn't always
Billy.
see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy.
That's not even counting DC's version of Venom.
Effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez,
Yeah,
what kind of spider
the energy
was this?
sword.
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of.
Is that actually from the most recent annual? Oh, let me see the art.
Missiles and light.
Yeah, I'm 90% certain this is from the annual that dropped like last year or something, I think.
Lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's getting kudos from a ton of older heroes, too.
What
Becoming a member
the
of
hell
the
does that say?
new-
I'll read that. Speed is informed by Insomniac Spider-Man Miles, the denizens, whatever, of that universe are comparable to the powers of 616 and 1610 counterparts in the comic crossovers.
TNT.
He's getting kudos from a ton of older heroes, too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel.
Basically,
and
Marvel's
Ironheart.
Teen Titans when you
King
really
of
think
Wakanda
about it.
himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit.
I mean, it wasn't
This
the
super
same
rare and tough
vibranium, it was
metal
a
can
bit
absorb
different.
kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his
Yep, there we
acrobatic
go.
fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though
Yep.
it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough,
Yep, when
Miles
man
can
goes
push
Super
his
Saiyan.
electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his
Yeah.
initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in his
Ye-
shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up, and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of
I love
spider
this. I
bros.
genuinely think this suit looks cool. I don't know why everyone hates it. Is it a walking Adidas? I'm not sure, but like I like it. I dig it. I think it looks cool, and I love the
There's
shoes.
anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider
Change
people,
Leopardo!
spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero. But what is a hero?
My boy
to the citizens
Izuku.
of Japan, there was no one
Okay,
more
spoiler for the
synonymous
ending
with
of
the
manga.
word than
Okay.
their symbol of peace.
I mean, I already know what everything happens,
Big
so
numero
anime
uno.
always
With
skip
a
ahead, I
smile
guess.
on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya,
Yeet.
or as local
My
bully
boy.
Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing
What is it?
Midoriya. Or as local bully Bakugo like to call him,
Damn straight.
the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might,
24
but even
full-time
his
skip.
idol
Yep.
told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk.
Romantic interest. Oh, you know. What? Oh, my fucking. This better be a joke, and these guys aren't going to be like, oh, we just don't know Tsuraraka, it's not a real confession, blah, 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 blah. We know it's Tsuraraka. I pray to God this is meant to be a joke.
Until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his
Yeet.
hero name
His
into
wife.
his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he
Damn
may
right.
have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts,
Don't you mean
he
shoot
would
style?
continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style. Shoot style.
Okay, there we go.
To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All for One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats
Knock
and
off Spider
unease,
Sense.
letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smoke screen
Yeah.
lets him create a smoke screen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smoke screen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk.
Yep,
Gear
Gear
By
Shift.
touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him. And this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time
What does that say? Deku can forcibly transfer the vestiges of All for One into opponents to directly attack their soul, but loses one of his quirks each time he does it, so it requires into the day ingest some of his DNA.
Love it, though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body
That's
will
probably a
catch up
reference
his
to
speed,
what happened with
suffocating
Bakugo
him
in,
as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Heroes
Not
Rising.
nearly as bad as One for All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku, so he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from
love
nothing,
those
his
drawings. That
admiration
drawing
for his
looks like
peers
rock
gave him
incredible.
strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All for One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One for All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All for One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One for All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
Damn
With the
right.
help of his friends.
Yeet.
For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Yeet.
Hello, it's me, store-bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
I'm assuming this is the ad break. Alright, we're still recording.
Yes, that's our mechanical menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of Poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like the hat. I know what else you're asking. Benjamin,
Did he switch shirts? Yeah, he did
is
switch
build
shirts.
robot butt cheeks on Dummy? I don't know. Get your cheeks at www.deathbattle.gg.
Let's get into it.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've
Some
run
Ultra
the
Rumble
data through all
gameplay. Hey, Jump
possibilities.
Force.
It's time for a
Death Battle!
Oh!
Ooh!
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
Alright, new
Bro, Miles is not a big fan of the guy. I don't know who's voicing Izuku, man, but like, his voice is not that high. It's a little bit deep, especially at this point. So it's way deeper than that. That feels like closer to like season 1 Izuku, if I'm being honest, but whatever.
guy. First lesson?
Miles sounds
Don't
great,
watch
though.
the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
Let's try that one more time.
He kind of sounds like Zeno, not gonna lie.
Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Wait, is he speaking switch to Spanish? Really old New York City.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out.
God, I hate his
Because
voice.
I always do my best.
It's like an impression of what someone thinks Justin sounds like.
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
Yeet. That's cool.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Don't hit a Kamehameha!
Not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
What the hell did you say? Yeah!
Spider-Man. You really are the ultimate.
Oh my...
Vaya con Dios.
Bro, my... suit doesn't even, like, dispel kinetic energy. It's never happened in the comics. Oh my god.
Run ya hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles's invisibility was harder.
Oh, it's a herald of the spider god, Anasi. That, like, just happened in the comics. Anasi is largely a supportive mentor rather than a direct tribute combatant on Miles' behalf. However, Miles' status as a herald can theoretically grant the spiritual protections from attack from being attacked by All For One's messages.
For danger sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the spider sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor.
I don't know,
is
man.
raw
He's
strength.
the fact he's goes
That
Master
was
One for all
no
under a year. I would say that goes
Miles
to
absorbing
Izuku.
the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All For One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily.
But it doesn't
who was
absorb
stronger.
energy.
It was
We've
if
never
Miles'
seen
suit
that
was
in any of the
competent to
comics.
Continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected
We
New
have
York
never
from
even
that
seen him
destroying
dispel
blast,
kinetic
it
from
had
the
a
suit.
yield
It's
of
just
536 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times stronger than
we don't even
vibranium's
see
limit.
Izuku really use. They don't even have Izuku really use Gear Shift at all either.
Not the full
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpower battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Next time on Death.
Wait, what? Okay, I thought Miles won. Weird ending. Okay, I thought. Okay. All right, never mind. I take back what I said. I take back. That could have been better illustrated that Izuku was one, or actually, put it at the thing, make it more obvious. Like, I don't know, have him over Miles's corpse or something. Like, that was a bit weird. Not gonna lie, I feel like that could have been better illustrated. All right, but yeah, okay. I take back what I said. Okay, does Executive the cast at all? Okay, let's see. Who's playing Izuku? I'm just curious. Okay, Izuku was played by someone by the name of John Von Doren. Never heard of this individual. But yeah, listen, maybe he could have done a better Justin impression, but I feel like they told him, they probably like really they really probably pigeonholed him about what they want Izuku to sound like, because that like doesn't sound like just like maybe in season 1 you can get maybe that's what Justin sounded like, but like later seasons, like it sounds like a pale imitation of Justin, if I'm being honest. But either way, man, Miles sounded great, man. Okay, so yeah, Izuku won. I literally, the way they had that whole thing going on there, I thought Miles won or something, but yeah, that could have been better. Like, I don't know, like literally have his corpse over him or something. But Izuku won, as he should have. Good. No complaints there. Anyway, guys, so yeah, this was a great video, man. This was a great death battle. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you do. Follow me so you feel like it. Links are across below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.